The night race at Bristol Motor Speedway, it's a box that every driver wants to check before their career's over. As you walk around the grounds today, there's a buzz up here. It feels like something important's getting ready to happen.
Kyle Busch, he's already won the Camping World Truck Series race, went on to grab the win on the Xfinity Series, a chance to go for another clean sweep. This is Bristol.
Green flag is in the air. Eric Jones gets a great jump.
Bristol is not easy, for as easy as I might make it seem. It's just one of the most challenging racetracks physically and mentally too, because you got to just be ready for anything that's coming at you.
After racing 11 spots ahead from his starting position, Kyle Busch, once having gotten to the back bumper, Joey Logano finds himself unable to get around.
Our car was really good tonight. You know, for starting 18th, it picked its way off. We got to the bottom of the racetrack, and we were picking cars off one by one and just biding our time. And once I got to about fourth, I kind of died out a little bit and wasn't able to quite get as many more spots as I wanted to. So I was kind of worried about that one and whether or not we were going to actually be able to get there.
3 wide into turn 3, 2 of them for the race lead.
Kyle Larson now down to the bottom of the racetrack. He retakes the lead. Racing for the end of stage 1 like it's the end of the race.
The battle at the end of stage 1 with Larson, that was hard. That was driving the wheels off of it. I knew he wanted a stage win. I knew we wanted a stage win.
He tries to cut down in front of Busch. Busch makes contact. Larson goes up the racetrack.
Came down to traffic, and who was able to pick off and get in the right position when the traffic kind of hit. So fortunately, I was able to get there. He tried to get in front of my nose a little bit too late, getting on the entry to the corner, and I wasn't having none of it and kind of rooted him a little bit, but you know, not clear, as they say.
Kyle Busch back to the stripe, will win stage 1. Eric Jones, Kyle Larson back to the 3rd position.
3, 2, 1.
Kyle Busch's pit stop, nothing in particular, just a little bit slow, put him from 1st to 6th on that round of pit stops.
That's awesome. Pit stop there, boys. Good grief.
Pit stops weren't as sharp as we like to see them this evening, and you know, it's just part of the sport. Made a few mistakes, but to their credit, they were able to bounce back and have a couple good ones at the end.
How's the fenders? Both of them got hit. Left side and right side front.
Pit road was a little challenging tonight. I was on the inside of the 24 one time, and Matt came off pit road, and both of them actually kind of squeezed together and pie sliced me, so I had to scooch out and get out of the middle of them and forego that spot.
Kyle Busch retakes the top spot after having a pretty poor pit stop. Kyle Busch has battled from 6th all the way back to the 1st spot. Trouble turn 3, and the yellow flag waves again here at Bristol.
This caution might go long, and that'll change everything.
We knew the cleanup was going to take a while once they put all that speedy dry down, and we felt like we'd only have a couple green flag laps to run to the end of the stage. It was all about track position for the race and doing the right thing to keep it.
That was a way less stressful pit road. Good job.
They'll come back here to finish up stage 2. Matt Kenseth will see the green and white checkered flag. Green flag is in the air.
Eric Jones leads the field back to 1, gets a good jump.
The 77 is fast all weekend. If you go back and look at the practice times, I'd argue that he probably had the car to beat. And they did a great job keeping up with it, with their adjustments.
Eric Jones looks very comfortable out there in that number 77 car as he holds on to about an 8-car length advantage.
It just came down to us making good adjustments to be able to race with them and getting through traffic a little bit better.
Ty Dillon has found the wall here at Bristol. The yellow flag waving once again.
There's gamesmanship everywhere on the racetrack for sure, and even so on pit road when you're trying to leave pit road. So Denny was trying to check up really bad on the bottom and get in behind somebody, and I ended up on the outside 3 wide and was able to get the spot from him. So felt pretty good about that one. You know, certainly wanted to be on the outside. I mean, the inside road just did not go.
Battle for the lead. Matt Kenseth now has closed the gap on Eric Jones. Kyle Busch right on Matt Kenseth rear deck lid.
When you're racing Toyota teammates, it's certainly, you know, a lot harder to pass those guys. You know you got to be extra clean. You know you can't really use them up that much.
Just shows the strength of Joe Gibbs Racing. We always bring competitive cars here, and could have been any one of us at any point in time leading the race.
It's still 3 cars fighting for the top spot.
Kyle Busch, the new leader here at Bristol.
Fortunately, I was able to get by both of them. I started working the top a little bit and getting some momentum going up there, and had a faster car up top than I did down low. You know, it takes a couple laps to kind of get going. So if you're up there first and then you kind of bust back to the bottom, you can blitz a guy and you can get by him and get back to the top and keep that roll going. So, you know, just kind of worked out the timing of it all.
Kyle Busch, the race leader, 10 car lengths over Eric Jones.
Break out the broom again. Kyle Busch will sweep all 3 races here under the lights in Bristol, Tennessee.
I think it's pretty special to be able to accomplish the weekend sweep. You know, whether people say about it, to me, I've always wanted to go out there and win in any race that I'm in. And when I'm able to enter in those races, you try to achieve that. And it's pretty cool to be able to do it twice now. Both times has been at Bristol.
Ah, yeah! Yeah! Take that! What?
These sweep opportunities are pretty rare, and every time we unload a car at the racetrack, we're doing everything we can to win. So you got to keep that in mind and just do your best.
Having Brexton around makes it even cooler because he's able to celebrate with us in victory lane all 3 times. And we got swords this time around, so I get one, Mama gets one, Brexton gets one, so we can have a big old sword fight at home. Anytime we win, he knows he can come to victory lane, and then Dada's got to throw him higher. So, you know, we just got to toss him up as high as we can get him. And right now I can kind of get him up there a ways, so it's a lot of fun.